we know a lot about ending poverty, and most of it in the past has been focused on economic growth. Economic growth is critical, but we know now that economic growth that's not shared, that's not inclusive, that doesn't lead to jobs for young people and women and the poorest of society is going to be fundamentally unstable. You know, we have seen social movements sprout up in places that are very unexpected. Now all the global leaders understand that you've got to think about how to spur a kind of growth that brings everybody up. And so along that line, not only are we going to count how many people are living in extreme poverty, but we're going to actually count how the income of the bottom 40% is growing. In other words, are the bottom 40% benefiting from economic growth like everybody else? We need to follow this because we're living in a new world. You know, social movements are sprouting up in places we never would have expected. No one would have expected the Arab Spring, and no one would have expected what happened in Brazil and Turkey. These things are happening largely because of social media. People are able to talk with each other, share their stories. Also, no matter where you live, you know how the middle class lives in the richest countries in the world. And so there's both a real middle class, which is relatively small, and there's a virtual middle class, as Tom Friedman of the New York Times has said, of people who know how everyone lives and aspires to that. And so the task is different now, and it fits so nicely with everything we know at the World Bank Group. We know that growth that includes the poorest is a much more stable form of growth, and that in fact the growth numbers are even higher when it's inclusive and not limited to a small group of elite. So we know how to do it. We just got to get a sense of urgency around the task, which is why I'm here, to see if we can build a social movement.
I love that. So the big theme of the Social Good Summit this year is 2030 now. What is the one thing that we can all do today to make sure that 2030 is a better place?
Well, everybody now can make their voices heard. We have a petition drive by the Global Poverty Project. Everyone can make their voices heard and make it clear that we demand that the leaders of the world focus on ending extreme poverty. We can demand that the leaders of the world focus on a kind of economic development that includes everyone, that includes women, includes young people. If those voices are loud and clear, then the leaders can make a decision, change the way we do some things, and we can do it. I know we can do it.